Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. We begin with a typical morning in Gotham and zoom in on a baker who's just getting ready for work.
My super instant mesmerizer, it never fails. Okay, boys, carry him out.
If you didn't like the cream filling in the donuts, fill out a comment card. Good grief. Next, we see him collect a guy who's getting ready to open a sporting goods store. And then...
Look, you! What are you doing with my hat?
Add him to the list.
he's collecting random people in their hats. Why? That's what Gordon would like to know.
Right. 3 more hats. Stolen right out from under our noses. Not to mention their owners.
But of course, the hats are the important thing. And how do they know he's stealing the hats? He concludes right away that this is the work of Jervis Tetch, better known as the Mad Hatter. He's not only a mortal enemy of Gotham, he's a mortal enemy of Batman. Time to call the Caped Crusaders. Alfred answers and informs Bruce that the bat phone needs his attention.
Hot diggity.
I'm in a quandary, Bruce. The Gotham City Gourmet Society tea tasting is this afternoon, and I don't know whether to start with oolong or pekoe.
Well, whatever decision you make, Aunt Harriet, I'm sure it'll be the right one. They just called to report they sighted a black-footed albatross at Slater's Slough.
And maybe a fork-tailed petrel.
A fork-tailed petrel and a black-footed albatross on the day of the tea tasting?
You know how they are about their bird sighting, madam.
I guess fishing season is over and now it's bird watching. Where Aunt Harriet's concerned, any lie will do. At HQ, Gordon and O'Hara fill Batman and Robin in. Gordon gets a call.
Yes. Right away. He struck again. He just stole the fire chief's hat. And the fire chief.
So why don't you just say he kidnapped the fire chief? What's with all the focus on hats? How about we focus on the heads?
From the convention hall.
Holy helmets!
Will you be needing reinforcements?
Thanks, Chief. I think the best thing is for you and your men to stand by closely until we catch this tricky devil.
You have our gratitude.
Thank you, Commissioner Gordon. Fighting crime deserves no gratitude. It's my fervent hope that warped minds such as his can be rehabilitated once and for all.
It's time for Batman and Robin to sweep into action.
Clear all exits for the Batmobile. I repeat, clear all exits for the Batmobile.
What exits? They parked out front on the street. At the Hatter's hideout, we find out what he's up to.
There. 2 more to go, and the dummies of the conniving jury that convicted me will at last be properly topped.
How whimsical, Jervis.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure to share my moments of triumph with you.
In a totally non-sexual way, of course. So he's collecting hats from the last jury that convicted him. What's he doing with the people? Is he just killing them? Is his super instant mesmerizer turning him into zombies and sending them to the set of Walking Dead? What happened to him?
Our wallets will be filled, boys, as soon as I have completed the most fantastic hat snatch of my glorious career.
Batman's cowl?
Precisely.
Jervis, that's positively waggish.
Waggish. Another good 60s word, of course. 1860s, that is. The henchmen point out that lots of others have tried to kill Batman and it didn't turn out so well for them. Tetch says they don't have the lethal armory that I have in my hat factory. He goes through all the hat-making machinery and says, imagine what this would do to a human. Or a bat.
But why not shrink in size the body of Batman himself?
Oh, my heart leaps with joy when I think that one day my dastardly adversary may end up as a hat brim or crown, or even a tassel on a tam-o'-shanter.
A tam-o'-shanter. Oh, you pixie.
Oh, you pixie! Where did they find her? I know the villain always has to have a chick on his arm, but couldn't they do better than this? The line is bad enough, but her delivery is politician-grade phony.
And why do you think I snatched the owner of each hat the way I did? The jury is still out. Regardez-vous.
What an antique idea.
We'll reach a verdict soon.
The goon was asking when they get paid. That's his answer. I don't understand.
2 more jurors, and I ask the biggest ransom Gotham City's ever heard of. All of this country's president's hats, currently on loan to the Gostonian Institution.
President's hats?
Yes, Washington's, Jefferson's, Lincoln's, Grant's, worth millions.
You're a genius, Jervis.
Of course it's something about hats. He's the Mad Hatter after all. He wants Batman's cowl because Batman gave the key testimony at his trial that put him away. He swore revenge, like everybody else Batman ever put away. But he's determined to get it. Meanwhile, Batman and Robin are interrogating a hat check girl at the convention center where the fire chief was snatched.
Now, perhaps if you started again, Miss...
Babette. People call me Babette. That's my name.
My name is Babette. People call me Babette. I don't know why people call me by my name.
The robbery, the kidnapping.
It all happened so quickly. I was counting my tips.
And when you looked up, the fire chief's hat was gone?
So was the fire chief. Going anyway. While that funny man flashed that funny thing in his face.
It's a super instant mesmerizer.
Well, it's super instant to the fire chief, all right.
I can say big words like super instanted.
Then they carried him out.
They?
There were 3 of them all together.
And I can count to 3 if I use my fingers. That's how I got this job, on my intellect.
3? Was one wearing a top hat and the others Homburgs?
You must be clairvoyant or something.
And I suppose it only took a second.
How did you know? How could you have guessed?
We're familiar with the method of operation of this criminal. I'm sorry I wasn't here to prevent his dastardly attack.
Well, you're here now, Batman.
Batman, your bat phone is buzzing.
Thank you, Miss Babette. You've been of great assistance.
Oh, I wish there was more I could do.
I wish I could do more. Nobody seems to have put together that the people disappearing are the people who sent him to prison. Gotham's finest plus the world's greatest detective. They get a call that the Hatter's been spotted at Madame Magda's hat shop, so off they go. At the shop, we see the Hatter and his gang grab Madame Magda, who just happens to be Lisa's boss.
Could it be they're too late again? The Mad Hatter has heisted his 11th headpiece and his 11th juror and made his escape under the very noses of the dynamic duo?
Are you kidding? Stuff like that happens to them all the time. Haven't you been watching? Batman and Robin talk to the woman who was buying a hat at the time. Then Lisa gives them a piece of paper. She says the kidnappers dropped it.
Octave Marbeau, sculptor. This is odd. It requires further thought and study. We must reappraise this situation.
Gosh, Batman, sure.
This dialogue just stays totally delightful. Sometimes I think these writers were frustrated Shakespeare reincarnation wannabes. Back in the Batcave, Batman ponders the card Lisa gave them.
I know Octave Marbeau. I'm sitting for a statue he's making of me.
Statue? Holy happenstance.
Yes, Warden Crichton requested it to exhibit at Gotham State Prison to help inspire the convicts in his rehabilitation program.
Inspire them to do what? Hate him more? Look for better ways to try and kill him? This seems like a really stupid idea. Why would the Hatter drop this card anyway? They go to a clear map of Gotham City and map out where he's grabbed people.
There is a pattern. And Marbeau's studio is the topper.
He drew a top hat. And Marbeau's studio is the topper. I see what you did there, ha ha. Tetch mesmerizes Marbeau, then disguises himself and takes his place.
I'm having trouble with the the head. Perhaps if I could persuade you to remove your cowl, I could see what's wrong.
Remove my cowl?
In my dressing room, of course. Boy Wonder could hand it out to me.
All right, Monsieur Marbeau.
Well, at least he's not being obvious about it. Batman and Robin head into the dressing room.
I smell a rat.
You smell the Mad Hatter in Marbo's disguise. He gave himself away with that remark about my statue's head. That was the first part he finished, and he was very pleased with it.
They find the real Marbo tied up in the closet. Batman has had enough.
I wonder what could be keeping Boy Wonder.
Jervis Tetch, your days of crime are over.
Not till I get your cowl, Batman, my 13th hat. Cappy, Dasher, what are you waiting for? Hold these.
No gag is off limits, and they make them work. I still don't know how. As the fight winds down, Tetch grabs his top hat. So Robin conks him on the head from behind, and that's that. Why is Robin just standing there?
I prepared myself with my anti-mesmerizing bat reflector.
You mean a mirror. He's been working with the government way too long.
Holy ricochet!
That's not a ricochet, that's a direct hit. Again, why was Robin just standing there?
Robin, old chum.
Robin gets mesmerized. They know it's basically harmless, but Batman forgets everything he ever knew about fighting when Robin goes down anyway. And now he's in deep doo-doo.
What'd you do that for, boss? Now you'll never get his cowl.
Excuse me, deep plaster. I have to wonder how much plaster Marbo keeps in this thing.
Oh, it's a stroke of genius on my part, if I do say so myself.
And Robin just lays there. He's clearly able to move and conscious because he's reacting to what's happening to Batman. So is he actually going to do anything? Find out next time.
Be prepared. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
Batman's in real trouble here. Not only did that plaster harden around him, it made him stand up straight when he wasn't before. It's obviously very powerful stuff. One thing the Mad Hatter has in this episode that few other villains so far have had is a clear motive for what he's doing. It's simple revenge. He wants revenge on the jury that convicted him, and he wants revenge on the guy whose testimony led to said conviction. It's a nice change. He's still loony and over the top, and you can't help laughing at him, but his motivations are very real. And he has no ethics, so it doesn't matter what he has to do to get his revenge. And he's about to get his revenge on Batman. Will he succeed? Of course not. That's not the question. The question is, how believable will Batman's escape be? We'll find out next time. Until then, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac.